What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back at the finals of the 2023 California Pro. And we're going to be going through all of this. We've got some HD footage here, courtesy of Muscle Contest, which is on their IG page. But we are watching the live stream right now. This is from pre-judging, and we'll have more video, all the results, all the call-outs, plus much more. So I hope you guys stay tuned and enjoy this video. What's up, desktopers? We are back for the 2023 California Pro Finals. We've got the results plus much more. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments, who do you have winning the 2023 California Pro? Right now, we just had Sergio Oliva Jr. on stage, and he looked really good once again. And you can see him there in the lineup. I mean, had we seen this physique and the top three hadn't been there, I mean, it's easy to say, or the top two other guys hadn't been there, we'd be talking very highly about Sergio, because look at that side hamstring. We have never seen that sort of conditioning from Sergio. He's got the lines through the chest. I mean, maybe some areas he could be a little bit more crisp in, but he's got glutes, he's got everything. So he's looking really, really good. And let me know your thoughts in the comments about these videos, because we're getting to see a lot more here. Ross looks just super polished, but Tonio has that thickness through the back. And that's why I have Tonio winning. I have him winning both the back shots, really, especially the rear lat spread. And as he opens up, Sergio falls down a bit, but his width on his back, I mean, he's not out of condition there. He looks probably third best there. And it's not a bad third best, or maybe second even. And look at that side leg on Sergio. That, to me, is so impressive. It's something we've never seen from him before. So, ultra, ultra impressive. But I'll get your guys' opinion now live. Right now on stage, we have Stuart Sutherland. I'm taking a look at him because I don't want to miss any of this for you guys. Stu looks really good. He looks really dry, looks really thick. To me, it looks like he's maybe, I don't know if he's tried to fill out more, if he's just tried to maintain what he had at pre-judging, because he looked quite full at pre-judging also. And we've got video here as well of the top two that's coming up. So let me know your thoughts. Give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button, and also subscribe. Oh, what's this guy saying? Do I have to block people in the chat? I think I might have to. I don't know. Timeout. There we go. Got him out, guys. Don't stress. But guys, look at Ross Flanigan on the right. Look at his quads. It's absolutely insane how they look. But look at Sergio in that front double. Like, to me, outside of the quads, he's showing up Ross Flanigan there. I think Sergio, I feel for Sergio and Stu, because to me, this is a close top four. Because look how thick as well Stuart Sutherland is on the far left, next to Tonio Burton. And Stu is not out of condition as well. So it's a pretty harsh show, I'd say, because all these guys are great. Like, had we seen any of these guys in lineups last year, we'd be going, oh, they're the winner. So, but yeah. Jose Bar says, do Sergio's glutes look small to you guys? I mean, I'd actually say Ross Flanigan's glutes are maybe smaller. It's just they're so inside out that it looks more impressive. I think we got rid of him, at least in timeout for 5 minutes. So we'll see. I can always block, I think. Still got Ross winning. That's from Rich B. I think that's a statement, because I had Tonio winning marginally. But I did send a message to Tonio's coach in terms of like posing things to change maybe and whatnot. And he believes Tonio's winning this contest. And that's where they moved Ross into the middle and moved Sergio out. But it was only for like one pose at prejudging. So I think they hit a most muscular here. Sergio looks really good at most muscular too, by the way. I think he potentially looks like one of the best in the lineup. Super impressive. So that's what we saw. And then they went and stood back in line. So Ross didn't really get a top four comparison next to Tonio much, but it was enough for them to decide. The top two is Tonio and Ross. What I would have liked to have seen in a contest like this, I would have liked to seen a few more comparisons. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. Here we go. Here's the top two comparison. Daniel Noble says, I think Tonio will win, but Ross is shredded from the back. 100%. He is inside out. Stu looked really good. And then Joe Dash Face says, same. I just want Ross to win. Yeah, because I think everyone appreciates his level of conditioning, his polish. Marius Tomzuk is on stage right now. He actually looks really good. I think he looks better than New York. A bit harder. He's actually got a really good physique. His arms are big. He's just a little bit still undersized, but he put on size this year. I saw his comparison to last year, and he's shredded. It's just the quality at the top of these lineups is just better than last year. So, Troop 1, Rafael Derul going to win? Unfortunately, he is not. He is not going to win. But he looked good. But not to the level of these guys, unfortunately for him. But let's go back and go through some of these poses while we've got Marius Tomzuk on stage. Let me know who you guys have. I have a poll up right now. I've got one up on my YouTube community tab, which I'll probably open up in just a minute as well. So let me just find that one. And find out what you guys think of the 2023 California Pro. Let's have a look. My channel. Just before we go into the poses here. On that front relaxed, you look at Tonio and it's funny, the abs and the thickness of the abs really do matter in like the front double bicep and that front relaxed. So for that reason, I have Tonio Burton. Also, this angle is slight advantage Ross Flanigan, I believe, because it's from this side. Front lat spread, it's much closer, but I'd say Ross as well. He's got a phenomenal front lat spread. I'll just go to the community tab and find out who you guys have winning this, and then I'll go to the live a little bit later and find out. So get your votes in if you are watching live. Get in the comments and let me know who you have winning this contest. So in my poll online, okay, so who do you have winning the 2023 California Pro? 1.4K votes. A little surprising, 7% Stuart Sutherland. We've got 17% Ross Flanigan, 20% Sergio Oliva Jr, and 57% Tonio Burton. A little surprised, because I posted this after the prejudging. Maybe people hadn't watched it yet or known prejudging had been on. But it's surprising that more people have Sergio Oliva Jr winning than Ross Flanigan. So we've just done a first call out at the finals, but they're doing it in reverse order. So this is really the last call out. Not what you're seeing on screen right now, but what I'm seeing on the live. So let's go back a little bit more on this one. So front double bicep, I'd say Tonio. Front lat spread, I would say Tonio, but a little closer. Now the side chest, this one will be interesting. Who do you guys have on this one? Who do you have? Oops, I'll go back a tiny bit because we want to see both these guys in the pose. Who do you have on the side chest? Ross is so impressive. He's in great condition. That hamstring drop is ridiculous. And as it's moving, you can see his glutes flicking on and off sort of thing. Like you see him sort of striating, which looks absolutely crazy. And then, I just think Tonio has a little bit more in that upper body and his side leg is good enough. But I'd say the lighting isn't working as well for Tonio this week compared to last week. Sorry, guys. I could use the mute button, but I just have fears of my audio messing up. So, yeah, for me, I have Tonio on that one, but it's marginal. So a lot of the first lot of poses, I have Tonio winning, and then the last ones, I have Ross winning or very close. So, yeah, Ross is obviously highlighting glutes there, but Tonio's glutes are on. I think Tonio is actually harder than last week. You look at that lower back, he's shredded, It's hard to really say that Tonio's out of shape, that's for sure. Now, on that pose, I have to give it to Tonio just on that thickness. Like, look at the trap thickness that runs down his back, down the middle. That's very hard. And then then you look at his lower back. Very, very hard in there as well. The thickness through the delts, the arms, it's all very balanced. The glutes are thicker than Ross, although Ross's glutes are probably just as impressive with the level of conditioning there. And hamstrings, obviously, to Ross. I would say Tonio Burton on that one as well. So I have Tonio winning all of the first, 4 or so poses, 5 poses. And then I think Ross winning the last 3. So we've got the second call out at the finals here. So I'll let you know who's in it. Okay, so this is basically the group after the top 4 that's on stage right now, what I'm seeing. I'll just quickly pause that for a second. So we've got Slavov, who's just been moved to the middle. We've got Michael Lucy on one side, SeungChul Lee on the other side. I've got to be honest, like SeungChul Lee, he's got such a pretty physique that I think he should be a little bit higher, but just my opinion. But yeah, Michael Lucy is the Australian. He looks good. SeungChul Lee just falls down in the back. He's just not hard enough in the back. So let's go back to this. So rear lat spread. Who have I got? As you see Tonio go into that one, he is actually shredded. And on with this camera quality, I probably have Tonio by a little bit more. So you see Tonio's back, it's pretty open there, and Ross is shredded, and you can see he doesn't have quite those details that Tonio has in that one. So he's got the lines in the glutes. Tonio does. He has those crisp lines through his lower back. His back inserts lower, which is advantage Tonio. But Ross has some serious thickness down there as well. So there's no denying that. But I think Tonio is just a little bit more complete from the back. And when you see the rear lat spread, how much thickness is on Tonio, it doesn't show up as well because of the lighting, in my opinion. Because you see that lower back, because he's obviously got the darker skin, it's shadowed. Like the top of those hamstrings is all shadowed. Where Ross, you can see the hamstrings go all the way up into the glutes. But I just think the back difference is a little bit too much to give Ross either of those back poses, in my opinion. I said the back double bicep was pretty even, which it is much closer than the rear lat spread. And this is where Ross starts to sort of pull ahead. But seeing this angle, where Tonio's in on that one, he doesn't look like his shoulders as far forward because the angle before was on the other side. But when Ross hits that, he should have held that longer, where that turning tricep shot, I think he looked next level. Now this one, I had Ross because Tonio looked like he's falling forward a little bit and just not doing it as well as Ross. And then when Ross actually locks the leg out like that, I have Ross winning it. So I think Tonio needs to pull the hips back maybe a little bit or whatever just to get that overall structure and shape on point. But because obviously the quad is such a highlight there, and Tonio's quads look great, but Ross's are some of the best on the planet. So I'd have Ross winning the ab pose. Let me know your thoughts. I'll go to your comments in just a second. And then the most muscular, I felt like Tonio let it go in a little bit more. I like his hands together where he actually holds the hands. And we have the final call out on stage right now, but they'll do probably a final 2 call out also. Sergio looking really good. Tonio's looking better tonight as well. Lots of improvements from these guys. So this is the guys we're seeing on stage right now that you're seeing on your screen. So Sergio Oliva Jr. in front double bicep, really, really good. Ross's legs are just crazy. So I'm watching this live right now. Tony on that front lat spread. I think that he definitely wins that front lat spread. He looks fuller to me. I did say to his coach, Dylan Blum, that Tonio could maybe be a little bit fuller, if anything. And I just mentioned a few posing things. And Tonio's opening up more on that side chest as well. Like Tonio's beaten Sergio on that side chest, which surprises me. But I think it's the way Tonio poses it. And posing is so, so important at this level. Back double bicep. Tonio stacked. Geez, Ross looks good. Even Stuart Sutherland looks really good on that one. If he can add a little bit more width to that back as well and just improve it a little bit more, Stuart Sutherland is trouble for anyone. People love it when I say Dylan Blum. This is a great show, guys. I was not as excited for this show as I could have been, and having these, have Sergio jump in late made it more exciting. But I think regardless, it still would have been exciting with the top 3 guys without Sergio. But Sergio's added another element, and he's shredded. His abs are crazy. I just hate that Sergio could get any hate on this. They're about to hit their most muscular. I'll let you know live who I have winning this one. Honestly, Sergio contends on that most muscular. They all look great. The crab, I would say probably Ross is last because Stu looks phenomenal. Sergio, it's one of his best poses now. So Ross and Tonio just switching in the middle. They switch Stu and Sergio. They're still both either side of this call out. So as you can see now, Sergio's in the middle with Tonio. That's not what it's like in person. We've got Sergio on the right, we've got Stu on the left, and we've got Ross and Tonio in the middle. Front double bicep. I'd have to call that one Tonio's, but Sergio sort of looks bigger overall, but I'd say Tonio. Front lat spread. It's between Tonio and Ross. Tonio, I think, is too complete. We're going to a side chest now. I'm so impressed with the details in the side chest of Sergio Oliva Jr. Like the hamstrings and everything. Like his side leg has improved so much. Who do you guys have in third? Do you have Sergio or do you have Stu? To me, it's close. I think Stu's a little fuller this week, and his back looks more impressive for it. Looks more grainy. I've got to give that back double to Tonio as well, because while Ross looks phenomenal, like one of the better back double biceps in the IFBB right now, just based on, I mean, if he adds more size to it, he's has the best back double on the planet. You know, if he was as thick as Tonio, easy best back double on the planet. Side tricep, I'm still seeing that thickness difference between Tonio and Ross, but Ross's side leg is outrageous. Ab and thigh, let's see if Tonio's fixed up his posing. That's for sure. He's definitely hitting that better, but I'd still give that to Ross. They're going through it pretty quick, so I'm trying to analyze all these guys at once, but Stu is just so big on that most muscular. The crab most muscular, he looks wild. Wow, they're posing down. So it wasn't a final 2 call out. So you're going to be getting the results very, very soon for this 2023 California Pro. Who do you guys have winning? Let me know your thoughts on this one. Yeah, like the stream, everyone. Cheers, Jose Bar. Chop Sticks with an 11 in there. You say Stu is third. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, the JMC says Sergio looks better tonight. I agree. I think he looks a little bit better again. Obviously, it makes sense coming off that massive flight. I mean, I think anyone probably looked better after that long flight. I think they could have given like some of these guys early doing their posing routines. It went through really, really quick. So I think they could have given these guys some more time. Maybe had some more call outs. I mean, I would have liked to seen a couple of comparisons of the top guys. I mean, we only got to see one comparison at night. Maybe that's because it's a clearer win for Tonio. I can't imagine it being like a clear win for Ross. And that's no dig on Ross. Ross looks absolutely ridiculously phenomenal. I'd love to get Tonio or Ross or one of these guys, Stu or any of them actually, on after this. And hopefully I can get an interview with one of those guys within an hour or so of getting off stage. That would be awesome. XJames14X says, Stu looks more conditioned, no? Do you mean this week or at finals? I think Stu, he looks really full. He looks fuller this weekend to me. He looks bigger. I think this was a strategic move. To be honest, I sort of think it works. Like, I think that there's a happy balance as Sergio hitting the splits in the pose down. And I've got to say, like, I'm so proud of Sergio and what he's achieved to come back and look this good on stage. He really does look phenomenal. Chopstick says, Stu is big, conditioned, and not blocky. That's kind of rare, fellas, for sure. I think Stu had a little bit more thickness in his midsection here at finals, but I think he's at the stage where he's probably like, I'm going to try to come in as full as possible, or not as full as possible, but a little bit fuller. And he's just a little bit thicker in the midsection, I'd say, but overall, very, very good. Yes. Okay, so they've got the top 5 right now. So Slavov Bednard gets 5th place. He's got to be so stoked with that, because 5th in this kind of lineup is absolutely wild. So Slavov Bednard, 5th place. Sergio for 3rd for sure. So a few of you having differing opinions on who will be 3rd place here. We've got 4th right now. This will decide it. Stuart Sutherland in 4th. Sergio is into the top 3. You got to feel for Stu, because you could make arguments for Stu being higher than this, for sure. And not just over Sergio, like over these other guys. I think that he was in that 3rd or 4th spot. Sergio Oliva Jr. gets 3rd at the California Pro. Shout out to Sergio. Look at that detail on the side leg. No one can say Sergio. I think he was at his best, to be honest. Hits a front lat spread. Looks really, really good. He's happy on stage. He's smiling. I love to see it. And I hope Sergio continues to compete. He should not doubt himself after this performance, because he's good. Like, it was his best ever. Brian Nasser, shout out, my man. Sergio will be motivated for his next show, I think. I hope so. Wow. Tonio Burton just got 2nd. I think Ross Flanigan just won this contest. I was not expecting that. Wow. Ross Flanigan wins this contest. Unbelievable. Thank you, Brian Nasser, as well. I am in shock there was not more comparisons. Ross Flanigan wins. He's going nuts on stage. Wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting. What do you guys think? Ross Flanigan wins. Jonas Graff says, do you come to Canberra? I've never been to Canberra, my man. I can't believe this, actually. The fact that it went so quick and Ross won this. Wow. This is going to be interesting going into Toronto. Ross is on stage shaking his head. He cannot believe that he's won this contest. Unbelievable. So there will be talk about, did they do this because, because they want more people qualified or whatever. This is just absolutely wild. And someone said chopsticks. I told you, Cali loves conditioning. They do. They love conditioning, clearly. Ross Flanigan wins this show. I'm in shock right now. Tonio's got to be in some level of shock as well. I believe Tonio would have thought he was going to win this one. But, crazy. Ross Flanigan wins the 2023 California State Championships. This is like mind-blowing. I had it close, but I had Tonio winning, but the judges loved the conditioning. I'm so surprised, though, we did not get a final 2 call-out, or at least some sort of confirmation. We only had 1 call-out. So that, to me, tells me it was going to be a clear win. Wow, you got to be happy for the dude. I messaged him after prejudging and said, wow, because he looked by far his all-time best. I mean, crazy. Let me know what you think. Did Ross Flanigan deserve to win the 2023 California Pro, or did you have Tonio Burton? It was extremely close. Ross's reaction, priceless. Yeah, he lost his mind. And what a personality he is. He's going to be great for bodybuilding. So happy for Ross. I think Ross's legs won it. From the back, Ross was a lot harder than Tonio. Depends what level of conditioning they want to go for. Okay, the live stream's finished. So guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Ross Flanigan wins the 2023 California Pro. I'm going to message dude, see if I can get him on for some sort of an interview, even if it's for 2 minutes. But I'm sure he'll be very, very busy at the contest. You guys sort of agreeing with it. But I will go back to this. Who do you have winning the 2023 California Pro Prejudging Review and Callouts? I posted that up on the YouTube community tab. Only 17% of you guys had Ross Flanigan winning this one. More of you had Sergio winning it, which was unusual, with, thousands of votes too. But let me quickly go to the poll results, what you guys have been voting in. And I'm going to have a post show as well. I'm going to go live again, and I'm going to feature this video, and I'm going to go pose by pose and basically make the argument for Ross Flanigan winning the 2023 California Pro, and give a reasons why I think the judges gave it to him. Now, who do you have winning the 2023 California Pro live? In this live chat, 56% say Tonio Burton, 27% say Ross Flanigan, so no doubt there's going to be some sort of level of outrage. 15% Sergio Oliva Jr. and 2% Stuart Sutherland. Wow, crazy. Ross Flanigan is going to be very happy for his business coming out of this one, for sure. But let me know your thoughts. Was it a deserved win by Ross Flanigan? Comment if you're watching live or after the fact. But this is huge news. Ross Flanigan qualifies for the 2023 Mr Olympia. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. My name is Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding. And make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell button, because I've got more coverage coming from this California Pro. I'm Xavier Wills, and we are, if I can find the end of this video, out.